XXL published a study this week involving murdered rappers and the unsolved crimes tied to it. It goes back to 1987 when Scott LaRock was killed and was considered to be one of the first, if not the first, hip-hop murder. And since then there have been 52 rappers who have been shot and killed. And of those 52 rappers, an alarming 70% of those crimes have gone unsolved. So of course you've got big names like B.I.G and Pac are like the two biggest unsolved murders, but there's a whole bunch of other ones out there, and it's, like I said, very alarming, and I have no idea why that is. I remember Chris Rock back in the day had a funny but truthful bit about the government hating rap, and he goes, you know how I know the government hates rap is because no one gets arrested for killing rappers. He's like, if you want to get away with murder, just kill someone and drop a demo tape in their pocket and there'll be no clues or anything, which is funny. It's funny in how it was delivered, but when you look at the truth of it, it's actually very sad, and it kind of makes you think. I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all, but it's gotta make you think like maybe there's something there, especially with everything that went down with B.I.G and Pac, and you heard so many stories and there's so much conspiracy about what happened, and police like who were actually on the case and like being taken off it and like having stuff, and then like one of the cops ended up dying, and it's just very intriguing. And I'm not saying that there's a correlation to it, but it does raise a couple eyebrows. This next story I find to be a little bittersweet. It's sad, but it's kind of got a happy ending for the girl involved. The girl is named Sonita. She is a young teenage rapper from Afghanistan, and she was originally from Afghanistan, moved to Iran, and she was going to be sold into an arranged marriage by her family. Her brother was engaged. They needed the dowry to pay for the wedding, so her family told her, it's like, look, you're going to be engaged to this man you never met before. She was not having it, even though it's very customary, part of that culture. It's not really, that happens all the time, arranged marriages in that part of the country, without batting an eyelash. She wasn't having it. She wrote a rap song to it, did a video to it, and it was very jarring. And she was like wearing a wedding dress, had like a barcode on her forehead, like poured her heart out on this track, and it went viral, drew a lot of attention, and she ended up getting a full scholarship to Wasatch Academy in Utah for music. So through that, she ended up getting a U.S. visa. So she was able to move to the U.S. where she's studying music, pursuing her career, and she's no longer has to be a part of that arranged marriage. Her family, said she was worried about how they were going to react to the video. She said they were very supportive and very understanding about it. And so I think it's a great story, but what I find bittersweet about it and sad is, one, is that she's put in this position. Two, is that that's one girl, and there are many other young girls in that country who have to be sold into arranged marriages, which apparently for poorer families is kind of a dangerous thing. So I think it's a great thing that, one, she got out of there and is able to not be in this arranged marriage, but two, that this video went viral and hopefully is shedding some light onto this issue. Song of the week this week is Gang Bang Anyway.
Palm sweating, guess it's time for the murder. My nigga, my nerve, I swerve, left him dead on the curb. Tell his family get them black clouds. Any witness gets an encore.
What I found interesting about the song was, one, it's just a really hot song. It no pun intended, it bangs. But I find on first listen, it might sound like it is promoting gang life, and maybe it is, but when I listened to it, I really saw it more as like a PSA. It was more of a, look, here's what's going on. Like, I know, for an example, Game literally grew up in like the gang lifestyle. His parents and his family like were all gang members. He knows nothing else but that lifestyle. So I felt this song was really more about them talking about how them, and also just kids in the area they grew up at, like they know it's wrong, they know it's bad, they know they're losing friends, but they do it anyway because that's just kind of how it is. So I saw it more as a cautionary tale and also a PSA more than a ringing endorsement. In terms of the music, the beat was great. All three of these rappers, who are all very competent rappers in their own right, just, I felt, left it all out. Like I'm not sure they were all trying to outdo each other, but they definitely all brought their A game. So definitely check it out. Thanks again for watching Hip Hop and Movie News, and keep on sending in those 15-second submissions. This week's freestyle comes from Jackie G. That's me.
Yo, I'm sick with disappointment, time to vomit on the track. The only thing that's consistent is the way I killed the rap. Like hydrogen and oxygen, you hear it and react. And like my last man, you'll keep on coming back.